What's up, Christopher?
Hey Dustin, how are we doing today?
Good, good, good. Hey, wanted to bring you a video here off the cuff as we have seen a tremendous amount of success with what we have kind of defined as the retirement refinance. And I'm going to share a PDF with you. I know, Chris, you've had some amazing phone calls with not only the individuals we work with, but even individuals that don't work with us and kind of bringing them this idea of taking your client's retirement portfolio and refinancing it like you would a house. You know, when interest rates are down, I think I saw in an article today, just kind of preparing for this little video, that they say anywhere between 1.5% and 2% rate drop makes sense for you to refinance your home, depending on what your goals are, obviously, for time period and longevity. But on the flip side of that, um, doing a retirement refinance and getting a higher interest rate or cap than what they might be locked into on certain annuities from years past. So we've got a little PDF on it, but we have seen great, great success this year in doing that. And I know that you have conversations every day on this, Chris. So um, just off the top of your mind, what are a couple of products that would fit into where you could help with that, or we could help with that?
Yep, just like you said, I mean, rates are at an all-time high, Dustin. We've been in this over 12 years now, and we've never even seen something close to this. So for once, we have bonus products that have very high rates. For the last decade, it's been if you have a bonus or a true bonus, you're probably stuck with a 3% cap, right, Dustin? I mean, there's just no money to be made with those bonus products. So they were a thing of the past. We never talked about them. But now, when you have high single digit caps with 10 or 14% bonus products, it makes sense to do a portfolio refinance. And that's kind of what we've tied it into here is using the interest rate environment, something people are comfortable with, like the home refi, and giving them an idea of saying, let's come into my office, see if this is right for you, and even making the funny. I mean, you probably can't drive to the grocery store without passing 3 or 4 banks advertising CDs at 5, 6%, right? And that's
Right.
probably a little frustrating when you're stuck in a product for 6 or 7 more years and your cap is 3. So we have guys all over, and you believe it or not, they're canceling their marketing for the rest of the year just to go clean up their current book of business. Anybody pretty much pre 2020 to say who's in products that are stuck with 3 or 4% caps, because now is the only time we've seen in the last 12 years that we can get these clients out of these products they're stuck in and into something with much higher with rates. Investors Heritage is a big one right now for us. The rates can't go down each year on renewal. I, I said that right. They can't drop at anniversary. And obviously, we just said how high interest rates are right now. So if we can lock in this pricing environment time for the next decade, it's a pretty sweet story. Um,
Yeah,
but
caps and rates locked for the life of the surrender. Huge. I've heard you say it time and time again when we were all working in the office together before our remodel was, hey, you take that rate sheet and you can just put a magnet on your refrigerator, and every year it's going to be that number or higher
yep,
on renewals, at least until the end of the surrender period. And
yep,
we that's a really cool concept. That product, I believe, has a 10% bonus. We've got the new August Star that has a 14% bonus, and it's got essentially the highest S&P 500 annual point to point cap on a big bonus product out there. And then I know when I was at Elite Advisor Forum last week, and I had one of our top advisors walk up to me and say, "Hey, did you take a look at that email I sent you on essentially a 10% cap guaranteed for 5 years?" And I was like fish out of water. And you obviously you're our product guru, but you quickly came back and you're like, "Well, yeah, that's the Mass Mutual Ascend Landmark 5." And so that's a really cool concept as well. Not that we're saying everybody ought to, just run out and write a bunch of 5-year products, but the benefit of the 10-year products is they're locking in this high rate environment for a much longer period of time.
yep, that's
So
exactly it.
what we really wanted to achieve here is there's a ton of products that you advisors are having great success with. And I just got off the phone with an individual here before we started this video, and we had put together where we sent them all of their old policies, or what did we call that program?
Yep. So if you wrote a policy through Gradient, and we say pre 2020 just because of suitability reasons, but if you wrote a policy through Gradient, then let us know if you want us to pull a list of those policies, because we can pull a list of them and send to you and essentially just see what's movable and what you can help your clients with. And honestly, Dustin, I didn't mention this to you, but the referrals being generated from this are through the roof, because their neighbors are talking to one another and they say, my guy just got me out of this that I was complaining to you about for the last few months. You should go talk to him. It's been a pretty nice time for just helping your current clients. They really have been grateful to take those phone calls to come in and meet with you again and sit down. So good time to be
Yep.
selling annuities with those bonuses and high rates.
Yeah, it's so exciting. We get so far off track, but that call I was on, we had generated a list for that individual, and they were excited in telling me that they have about 4 million of business that they're getting ready to write, or they have in the process of writing, that they're helping individuals get a better interest rate.
Yeah.
And not all of those products are a big bonus overcoming a surrender. They actually went through and found a ton of opportunities where they were out of surrender and they could just move them into another product. And
Mm-hmm.
whether it's really high caps and rates and no bonus, but the real thing of this is that there's an opportunity where they have an income rider or whatever. If their hopes, and not their hopes, let's hope their hopes haven't changed, but if their goals have changed over time, and what their needs are, we can help do kind of a retirement refit, if you will. And
Yep.
that really brings up a really good opportunity, is that everyone should do a COMRA with their clients year after year after year on their annual review, just to make sure that it still lines up from the original planning. Because the advisor's not going back and talking to those clients about what their goals and their objectives are, then they have somebody else that might step in and do the same thing.
That's exactly right, Dustin. The competitors down the street, you think if you've been having some great clients in your pocket, they've been with you for years, now is the time that they're poachable. If you're not talking to them about these high rates out there, the competitors down the street that have been trying to get Mr. and Mrs. Anderson to become clients, this is their window. If you're not talking to them, I guarantee somebody else is.
Yep, 100%. I got so sidetracked talking on this, I left that flyer up. But we do have that interest rate environment flyer that you can customize through GPS. And it really talks about the history of where rates have been, and then where the Fed's targeting it, and where the Morningstar forecast is. But all projections that we've read and see are that the interest rates more than likely won't stay this high for a long, long time. Maybe parts of 2024, but
Yeah.
I believe that they're going to start easing interest rates at some point. And they might have overcorrected with trying to control inflation, which
Yeah. It's just a
didn't do
matter
a
of
very good job
time.
of.
But while the time's hot right now, this is the window we're in, and so this is the main reason we're bringing the idea. It has been working outstanding, and so we're just trying to get the word out. It's been fun.
I know everybody watching this video is like, I remember where I was at when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and came back against the San Francisco 49ers, because it was so epic. But what you really want to remember is, what was I doing, or where was I at when those interest rates were amazing? And we're here to help you, not only help your existing clients, but any new ones as well. So,
Yep.
Chris, thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day for us to jam session on this. But I think it's a real opportunity for our advisors to really help their clients. So
I agree as well. Good times, Dustin.
have a great day, man.
You too.